season 12 to 15 now of South Park, and then the next ones are going to be season 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way to 20 or 19 or whatever. And then eventually we're nearly done. We're almost there. We're almost at the home stretch when you think about it. Not that many seasons to go of South Park, which is amazing, considering it's been on the air since 1997. South Park season 12, 14 episodes of pop. Again, I didn't really hate any episode of this season. Again, I've said it before, but season 4 to 14 is like the golden era of South Park. But anyway, I put on the average list Tonsil Trouble, which is the season premiere. Cartman, he gets his tonsils removed. He ends up having AIDS. He ends up giving Kyle AIDS because he's an asshole like that. And they learn that the way to cure AIDS is money, because apparently that's how Magic Johnson kept living all these years. And they do make a pretty funny gag, like, it's been 22 and a half years. AIDS is finally funny. It's like, if this pandemic still goes on for like 22 and a half years, COVID can be, if you're doing it on South Park logic, hilarious. Mind you, we're going to be memeing the shit out of it if we see an end, so why not jump on the train if you want. Best episode, I'd say, is Major Boobage, but we'll get onto that later. Eek a Penis, I didn't really find it too hilarious. It was just your generic. They put Mr. Garrison's penis on a mouse. The mouse ends up running away, and all the girls are just like, eek a penis. And some of the humour is just aimed like, why are women always freaking out over a penis? It's like, yeah, cool. Super fun time. That was an episode where they kind of mocked like the olden days, like the 1880s or whatever, and they end up in this like hostage situation while Cartman just wants to go to like an arcade next door, and Butters doesn't let go of his hand, so it's just, yeah, cool, whatever. Average episode. Elementary School Musical, obviously a parody on High School Musical, the big craze at the time. It's basically just a musical centered episode. Decent, some good songs in it. You got to do what you want to do. You got to do what you want to do. The kid, it's nice. It's a nice twist because the kid doesn't exactly want to do like theatre and singing. He wants to do b-ball. He wants to do basketball. Which is, it's a nice twist on the whole High School Musical trend, Episodes I liked was Britney's New Look, in which Britney Spears obviously being lampooned and just derided and fucking criticised left, right and centre, from acts such as pissing on a ladybug to camel toe to breast deformity or some shit, and it ends up being that Britney tries to take her own life, and it doesn't work in the end. So eventually, the paparazzi end up killing Britney Spears, which is whoa, pretty good episode. Really liked it. Nice lampooning of Britney Spears. Major Boobage, fucking amazing episode in which Kenny gets high off cat piss, and it ends up being in this parody of heavy metal, and he just basically wants to get off with this really hot, big-titted woman, which I can't blame him. It's amazing. And then Gerald, who is Kyle's dad, relapses into this addiction, so he ends up sniffing cat piss so he can get off with this woman as well, which is fucking hilarious to see. It's amazing. One of the best episodes of South Park. Canada on strike, another really good episode in which Canada just basically go on strike, and eventually the way in which they try to get money is from Butters being a viral internet star with the classic hit What in the Butt. It doesn't work. They end up trying to go for like theoretical dollars, and it doesn't work. But eventually, they come to a compromise with Canada for the different from various nations, such as the United States, the United Kingdom, etc. And Canada ends up getting out of its strike. Overlogging, amazing episode, fucking amazing. The internet goes out, and obviously, if you know by now, everyone is reliant, I want to guess, on the internet for social media, dating sites, cam sites, of course, um, all that shit, social media, everything. Just we're reliant heavily on the internet for a lot of things, our basic everyday lives, work, social media again, if you want to have a wank, porn, stuff like that. And I really liked it. Shelley just wants the internet back because she wants to converse with her boyfriend. Stan probably wants the internet back because PC games. And Randy of all wants the internet back because he hasn't wanked off in a while. And when he does get a lot of time to himself to wank off to porn, he ends up fucking the internet up. And in the end, it was just a really fucking hilarious gag with Kyle just unplugging the plug of the internet router and just plugging it back in, which is just hilarious. The China problem, really fucking good episode in which it's basically saying China's going to take over the United States, and has some really fucking good, hilarious gags with Butters just shooting everyone in the dick and Cartman giving him shit over it, and of course the offensive Chinese outfits that they wore, such as the hat, the teeth, the accent. It's just amazing. Breast cancer show ever is basically just Cartman taking the piss out of breast cancer because he's an asshole, and Wendy beats the shit out of him, which is amazing to see. Pandemic and Pandemic 2, The Startling, is the guinea pig centered episode in which everything goes to shit and Randy ends up filming it Cloverleaf style, which is just hilarious to fucking see. And of course, everyone's pissed off about it. About Last Night, which is a parody on the 2008 presidential election, in which Barack Obama won, of course. And Barack Obama, Senator John McCain, Senator Sarah Palin, and First Lady Michelle Obama, they all try to do this heist and they get away with it. And eventually, in the end, Barack Obama says to Michelle, I kind of want to give this president gig a chance. What do you say? And Michelle Obama's just like, what the fuck? And that's it. Really fucking good. Probably the best lampooning of the presidential election that South Park's ever done, in my opinion, at least. I love the South Park just being divided between McCain and Palin supporters to Obama and Biden supporters. And I love Randy just being an absolute idiot, getting himself fired, being absolute pissed, singing along to songs like Celebration, Come On, stuff like that. Just amazing. I love it. It's just peak Randy at this point. The Ungroundable, which is a parody on Twilight, in which Butters becomes a vamp kid through going to Hot Topic, and everyone confuses the vamps with the goths, and the goths try to become normalized, and then eventually they get the piss taken out of them, you know, just because they're not goth. Then they eventually burn down the Hot Topic, and then Butters goes back to being groundable, which is life. And that's season 12. Again, not a worst episode. My favourite episode is Major Boobage.